welcome to the first edition of Denny's Diner. You know, where I work at, most of you know, in radio, and at one point we were talking about, hey, I'm going to cook this and cook that and smoke this and whatever. And a few of you actually said, well, if you do something like this, we'll watch it and we'll follow you. So here we go, all right? This is the first show that we're going to do. Like to get up? You betcha. This is how I do this. Because this is so quick, I'm going to take this off and then I'm out of here for baseball, because what we're going to do today is chicken bow tie pasta. It's done in the crock pot. It'll take 3.5 hours max. By the time we get done with baseball or any other sport, basketball, football, whatever we're going to, we come home, it's ready. So let's get started. Here we go. So the ingredients that we're going to need, and by the way, I am not promoting, or they are not promoting me, any of these brands that we have here, whether it be Great Value or Ragu or Rayo's or whatever, okay? All right, we're gonna need 1.5 pounds of chicken breast. Debbie and I, for the two of us to eat, just 2 breasts is what we have here. Then we're gonna need 12 ounces of bow tie pasta, okay? We're also gonna need a teaspoon of Italian seasoning, a half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 jar of your favorite marinara sauce, and 1 jar of your favorite Alfredo sauce. Make sense? And then we're going to add a cup of shredded Parmesan cheese and a cup of shredded mozzarella cheese as well. Everything you see here will end up in there. All right, so with that being said, let's start the mixture. Okay, so the first thing we're going to add are the 2 pieces of chicken that I showed you. So first thing I'm going to do is place them in here, okay, into the crock pot. Not going to cut them up, not going to do anything. Eventually we're going to shred them up, okay? Now that we've got the chicken in there, let's go ahead with our Italian seasoning. It doesn't matter what you have. I don't care. Ours is a local brand Italian seasoning from a local store, but you may have your own favorite. Anyway, what we're going to do is take a teaspoon of that. We're just going to spread it around here in the crock pot. Okay. Next, we're going to take a half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Same thing. We're going to put it in here and spread it all around. Now, the next thing that we're going to put in here will be the marinara sauce. Okay. I like to shake it up, you know. Shake, 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 shake your booty. And then, boom. Here we go. Good luck. Okay. And all I'm going to do is just pour it in. I don't want it to splatter if I can help it. Pour it all over everything. Okay. Now what I will do is use every bit of this. So I'm going to stick this off to the side, upside down, and I'll put it in some more. Okay. Same thing with the Alfredo sauce. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to pour that in. Okay. And then we're going to sit here just like that. And just like the marinara sauce, I'll put the lid back on, I'm going to let it drain, and then I will go ahead and pour the rest of it. Now, the other thing I like to do, is I will grab some cheese, even though this is my own recipe, believe it or not, of what I add, what I don't add. You can do whatever you like, but I also like to add a little Parmesan just to get it in there. So I'll just sprinkle a little bit on top of here, okay? Just a hair. Same thing with the mozzarella cheese. I will do the same with that, as I said. And we're going to tear it because I haven't opened it up yet. And of course, I should have done this long before we started. There we go. Okay. The only bad thing about Great Value stuff, it doesn't tear easy. But I'll grab a pinch of mozzarella cheese also, and we'll put it in here. Okay. And what we're going to do now, is we're going to put the lid on it. We're going to set it on high, and by golly, for the next 3 hours, dinner is being cooked. Now you're saying, what about the bow tie pasta? Yes, my friends, within 2.5 hours, I will go ahead and cook the bow tie pasta, have it ready, and then it will finish it up, okay? So with that being said, let the cooking begin. All right, so 3 hours have come and gone, right? And so here's what's happened in 3 hours. First of all, we got the pasta made. That is all done. It's ready to go right now. We'll dump that into the crock pot. But before we dump it into the crock pot, let's take a look at what it looks like after 3 hours. as far as the chicken, the Alfredo sauce, and of course the marinara sauce with our spices. Okay, so that's what we've got. Now the next thing I got to do is to fish out the chicken, and that's what we're going to do because we've got to shred the chicken. That's the next thing. Now, as far as the chicken is concerned, I unthaw mine. Okay, that's how I do it, and then I will put it in here. You could leave it frozen. It's still going to cook, but it's going to take you longer than 3 hours. The other thing I'm going to do here right now, as I come over here, is now that the chicken's out, I can stir everything. I'm going to turn it from high right now to low. We don't need to go high anymore. It's all cooked. I'm going to stir it all together like I said down here, okay? And there we go. All right, good mixture. Looks good with everything mixed in there as we did earlier, okay? All right, so now we're gonna let that go. So the next thing I've got to do is, it depends how you want to do this. This is up to you. I like taking 2 forks. Yep, I got the claws. I use that for my pulled pork or whatever, but on this, I like to see with the fork. And the other thing I'll do, to give you an idea, is pull this to the side. I'm gonna cut this. It's very tender, I can see that already. And I'm gonna cut it into thin slices here. It'll be easier to tear apart. At least I think it is. So we'll do this real quick. And cut this one. And we're gonna cut one more here. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead, oops, and tear it apart with this. This is what reminded me, the bowl, that's what I'll put the chicken in here for a minute. It's up to you how fine you want to shred everything. You can put it in as chunks. Again, this is something that I just came across, I admit, and I've experimented with it. My wife loves it to death. I like to keep it, like I said, right here, shredded pretty good. And, you know, like I said, after it's cooked for 3 hours, it'll come apart fairly easy, if not very easy. And that's what's happening here. So we finally made it to the end of the 2 pieces of chicken that we have in here. And like I said, after 3 hours in the crock pot, it's very moist and it's very, very easy, shreddable, however you want to say it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the chicken into a bowl here just for a quick minute. Basically, because I needed room to finish up, or to use the cutting board. That's what it came down to, so. All right. So now, next thing we're gonna do here is combine everything for one last time. And by that, I mean, I'm gonna sit here. I've got my pasta right off the bat, okay? Pasta was done, or is done. We're gonna put it inside here, inside the crock pot. Again, don't do the pasta until, you know, you're basically ready to put it into the crock pot. Okay, there we go, that's done. Stir it in. Okay, I want everything to have this flavor that we have right here. Okay, and right now my wife is grabbing a spoon behind her so she can taste test because she loves this stuff so much. You know, we won't let that happen, at least not yet. Next, we're gonna grab the chicken, same thing. We're gonna dump all that in there. Again, gonna stir it all in. Okay. And last thing we're gonna do here is we are going to put in, this is gonna be so cheesy when I am done. No pun intended. Need a cup. Need a cup of Parmesan cheese, okay? That's what I'm gonna put in here first. So, get my handy dandy little cup here. Okay. Yep. Spread it. again, we'll put that in there. Again, stir it all in. I want it mixed with everything. So every time you grab a bite, you're gonna have that cheesy flavor, right? And that's what we want. Then, the next thing I'm gonna do, mozzarella cheese, same thing. 1 cup of that. Okay. So this is a little harder to pull out, so I'm gonna give it a hand here. There we go. And again, I can't emphasize enough, make it your own. Maybe you don't like mozzarella cheese. Maybe you want American cheese in there. Maybe you don't like Parmesan cheese. Maybe you don't want any cheese. That's up to you. You'll put that in there, okay? Again, mix it all in. And there we go. Now, you're gonna let this set and you're gonna let it cook on low for another 15 to 20 minutes. Take note when you pull it up with the cheese. And I'm not done adding cheese. I like cheese. Do you like cheese? We all like cheese. We're cheese heads around here, okay? So another 15 to 20 minutes. Here's what I do. Last thing, I will grab the seasoning one more time. Just gonna sprinkle just a little. Okay, it's like a garnish for me. And then I'm gonna do the same thing, the garlic powder, just very lightly, if I can find the opening to it. Oh yeah, it's a screwed off cap. Anyway, just a little, that's it. No, nothing big deal or anything. Then I'm gonna add mozzarella cheese again. Now, you're saying you just did, you're right. But it's like a crust over it, is what I like to do. Okay, I'm not gonna mix it in. I'm just gonna cover the top layer with it. Okay. Like I said, we like our cheese. We really do. Okay. And then one other thing. Yes, I add more Parmesan cheese to it. Again, on the crust side of things. Okay. Just right there. Just a handful there. Okay. All right, you guys. Once that's done, put the lid on. Like I said, I'm going to put it on low, and we're going to set it for 20 minutes. Be back in 20 minutes. All right, 20 minutes is up. This is the final result after basically 3 hours and 25, 30 minutes when it's all said and done. All right, you need 1.5 pounds of chicken breast, boneless and skinless, 12 ounces of Bowtie pasta uncooked, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 jar of your favorite marinara sauce, 1 jar of your favorite Alfredo sauce, a total of 1 cup of shredded Parmesan cheese and 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. Place the chicken in the grease slow cooker. Well, why am I going over it? You could, you saw it all. So that's how we do it. Again, chicken Bowtie pasta, whatever we want to call it. It's something that I just came up with, some kind of concoction. And believe it or not, even I like it a lot. My wife loves it even more. So, all right, so subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to do that. Ring that bell. Stay tuned to other shows that or vlogs, I guess, we've got coming up. It's been a busy season. It's been baseball. We average about 5 games a week, 5 to 6 games a week. So that's why we haven't done much. I had the opportunity today to do all this, and we're going to do more. We're going to do more cooking shows. We're going to turn around to let you see where we've been for baseball season and a whole lot more, okay? All right, thanks for tuning in, joining me. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you next time.